I got bored, so I invented a new type of Pokemon challenge. And because I'm a narcissist, I named it after myself. The Chedlock, patent pending, is based on a competitive variation of the Nuzlocke called the Cage Lock, a challenge where you and your rival pick one Pokemon from your team after each gym battle to participate in a cage match against the other. I liked that idea, but decided it wasn't quite what I was looking for, so this is the rule set that I came up with. Standard Hardcore Nuzlocke fare. You can only catch the first Pokemon on each route with Dupe's Claws. Any Pokemon that faints is dead, no items in battle, no TMs, and for each gym battle, you can only have as many Pokemon as the gym leader, and they're capped to the gym leader's highest level Pokemon. Then, after each gym battle, you take whatever Pokemon survived that fight and fight your rival's team. Whoever loses has to axe one of the Pokemon from that team. Whoever wins gets to pick a perk for one of the Pokemon on their team. Either TM privileges, items in battle, or a free revive one time down the line. With these rules in place, we set off on our journey through Fire Red Essence, a ROM hack that adds some quality of life upgrades to Fire Red. Here's how our showdown went. We both ended up with the same starter, Charmander, thanks to our trainer IDs. From there, we began building out the foundations of our teams. On Route 1, we acquired Pidgey and Rattata. I moved on to Route 22, where I picked up a Mankey, but Robin opted to grab a Pidgey on Route 2 in order to ensure he could grab a Mankey on Route 22 as well. What you've just done is like one of, honestly, like the ultimate Nuzlocke strats that the pros do. Encounter routing. Heading into Viridian Forest, our teams were looking pretty similar. In these bug-infested woods, I picked up what turned out to be the backbone of my team, a Caterpie. Normally, I wouldn't be especially thrilled about this acquisition, but this one evolved into a compoundized Butterfree, which meant it could effectively afflict any enemy with a status with 100% accuracy. Robin grabbed a Weedle, and we set off for the first gym. Unsurprisingly, our Mankeys made short work of Brock and his embarrassing Onix, which meant it was time for our first showdown with each other. Unfortunately for me, Robin was far better prepared. Ouchie.
Curse you, Bugbert.
I don't really know why I did that.
Yeah, I lowered my defense for your bug. That's scratchy.
Almost made it.
Yeah.
He'd brought his Pidgey into the battle with Brock solely to use it against me in our fight afterwards, knowing that I would be using my Mankey. This began to reveal an interesting strategic wrinkle in this type of challenge. If I know for certain that one or two of my Pokemon can completely handle a given gym leader, as Mankey could with Brock, I can make some of my decisions based on what I think my rival is going to be bringing along to that same fight. We both knew what Pokemon the other was catching, but not what they were bringing into each gym battle. This complexity only became more apparent as our battles went on. After my shameful defeat, I said goodbye to my Mankey, who had outlived his usefulness anyway, and carried on. En route to Mount Moon, we picked up Spearow and Jigglypuff. In Mount Moon, I had an unfortunate encounter with a Zubat, and Robin got himself a Geodude. Outside Mount Moon, I had another unfortunate encounter with the Sandshrew, and Robin grabbed an Ekans. With only 2 encounters to go, we were both hoping to find some grass types to deal with Misty and her Starfish. Route 24 yielded me a worthless Weedle, but Robin was able to get an Oddish. On Route 25, I was hoping to find one myself. You have to give me this Oddish, right?
I think so. Or Bellsprout.
I mean, I would prefer Oddish, but Bellsprout, it is. Robin's luck, meanwhile, was a bit different.
Abra. Let's see it.
God damn it.
I got it.
I hate you. With our new houseplants in tow, we headed to our local pool. Though I didn't actually bother to bring my Weeping Bell with me, since I didn't think it would be of much use against whatever Robin was bringing to bear, and I knew I could handle Misty with Butterfree and Raticate. With Badge 2 in hand, it was time for our second showdown. Butterfree and Raticate versus Beedrill and Gloom. Go to sleep.
Yeah.
No.
Damn it.
No.
Oh. There we go.
Oh no. With this victory, Bugbert solidified his place in my team and in my heart, so I gave him a free revive, while Robin opted to keep his Beedrill alive. For some reason. After killing another one of my encounters and rubbing a stranger's back on a boat, I picked up a Sandshrew and a Diglett, both of which weren't especially great, but would hopefully help me against Lieutenant Surge and his electric type. Robin, meanwhile, picked up a Meowth and a Bellsprout and lost his Pidgeotto to Gary's Wartortle, using the free revive he got from our first showdown. Robin's Geodude made short work of Lieutenant Surge. I had a bit more difficulty with my, I want to say, high C, low B tier ground types, but I muddled through without any losses. In showdown number 3, I learned just how rude Sandslash can be.
Manshrew.
What about Manshrew? Manflesh. How about you miss again? My pocket sand!
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Sand! Flash!
Come on, man.
Slash! I have
Aw.
underestimated you, Sandslash. I got a free revive from Eradicate, and Robin put down his Weepin' Bell, sparing Beedrill from the chopping block for a second time in his infinite mercy. Outside of Rock Tunnel, I picked up another dark horse for my team, Voltorb. Normally, I wouldn't bother with this guy, but when I remembered Voltorb's speed and ability to learn self-destruct, an idea began percolating. Rock Tunnel was a gauntlet, but we finally pushed through and got to Lavender Town. To the west, I picked up a hot dog and began compiling my team for Erica. I say compiling my team, but we both knew it was basically just going to be a Charmeleon sweep. On his way to Celadon, Robin had a nasty experience with some poison. On your team.
Oh.
Oh no! You have your Abra in your party? Yeah! Does he have teleport?
Oh, I got rid of that.
Oh, come on, man! You're killing me! What if you use some rare candies on him? Do not get into a fight.
Yeah. Let's do it. God damn it.
You better teach them how to cut.
Yeah, I'd rather cut on through there. Oh.
I just taught mine cut as well, dude. I had to get rid of Scratch.
It's up. Yes. Okay.
Okay, now look.
You've survived, people.
Well done. In our fourth showdown, my team was no match for Robin's godlike Kadabra thanks to Pokemon Showdown Sleep Clause, which prevented me from maximizing my Butterfree's potential. Go to sleep.
No.
What?
What? I don't know what happened.
Sleep Clause prevents players from putting more than one of their opponent's Pokemon to sleep at a time. Come on! I knew you were going to switch, so I was like, I'll put the other guy to sleep. Like, I completely forgot. Okay, whatever. I deserve this. With a somewhat heavy heart, I said goodbye to my Fearow, and Robin earned a revive for his starter. After curbing our gambling addictions, it was time to bust some ghosts. In Pokemon Tower, I added a Ghastly to the team, but Robin wasn't quite lucky enough to get the single ghost type available here.
Oh, I got a Cubo.
Oh my god, a rare candy?
Oh, of course, he crit him. Alright, I don't get a Cubo.
When it came to Snorlax, our first attempts weren't especially successful, but my second effort yielded my newest team member. As it turned out, what would be much more important was what he was sitting on. On the way to Fuchsia, I grabbed a Ditto that I briefly considered using in some way before shoving it into the box forever, and then we had some misadventures in the Safari Zone.
Okay, there it goes. There goes the Safari Zone.
I'm gonna throw a rock at it.
Okay.
He ran away. That's fair. Alright, let me back in. I didn't get anything. I didn't get the teeth or the HM.
Are they just also in that same building?
No, they're just right outside it on the ground.
Are they?
A little bit before it.
God.
Time for the Poison Gym, which seems to be suffering from an identity crisis since everyone in here has psychic types. Butterfree's Psybeam made short work of Koga's Sludge, and Robin bulldozed the team with his Golem. It was time for showdown number 5, but I had a trick up my sleeve. That's right, motherfucker. I got leftovers.
Where'd you get those?
With my Pokédex just being the right size, I was able to pick up the item finder from one of Professor Oak's assistants, and I used it to grab not one, but 2 leftovers to give me an edge in the competition. Even still, the battle got pretty close and came down to a rollout standoff.
There you go.
Oh, good. Thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Tough guy?
Oh. Fucking Screech, really. Ah. Crazy.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Woo! I got a revive on my Charizard while Robin said goodbye to his first catch. Then it was time for arguably the most challenging gauntlet in the game, Silphco. Robin's Golem met an untimely end at the hands of Gary's Blastoise, and I had a few close calls myself, but we both grabbed our free Lapras and made short work of Giovanni. Before long, it was time for Sabrina. Things got a bit dodgy for me, and I lost my Snorlax to her beefy Alakazam. Robin's Persian went down to her as well, which meant we were evenly matched for showdown number 6. It was also time for my secret weapon. Remember that Voltorb I picked up and taught self-destruct to?
Fuck you. Some are puppy against a dragon here, so.
I'm sorry. You never stood a chance.
Not really.
I gave my Charizard item privileges, and Robin said goodbye to his superfluous Growlithe. One dead Tangela and one stubbornly caught one later, it was time for Cinnabar Island. We picked up a few new benchwarmers and answered the easiest trivia questions known to man before grabbing some Burn Heal and challenging Blaine. Robin wiped the floor with him using his Lapras, but for some reason I didn't bring mine and ended up needing to use my Raticat's free revive. Robin picked up my Electrode strategy for showdown number 7, and I was no match for his Seadra. Oh, it's not good at all. I dumped my worthless crab overboard, and Robin opted to give TM privileges to Beedrill. For the final gym, the challenge wasn't to build a team that could handle Giovanni, but rather to put together some counters for what I thought Robin might be bringing. I knew his Lapras and Seadra were a threat, so I brought my Electrode to counter them. And I knew his Electrode self-destruct would be a problem, so I drafted my Gengar to neutralize that threat, assuming he might have forgotten that I even had it. Since Gengar learned Dream Eater through leveling up, I thought it might combo well with Butterfree's Compound-Eyes Sleep Powder. And finally, since he'd just given TM privileges to it, I figured I'd see his Beedrill, so I covered that with my Pidgeot.
Gengar.
Yeah. Oh, nom nom nom. Ah, I eat your dreams. I eat them up. What's the counter for self-destruct? Haha! A ghost!
That's true. How about this?
Yeah, that'll do it. Whoa!
No!
Oh, dude, the luck. Alright. After a hard-won victory, I gave my Gengar TM privileges, and Robin ditched his recently caught Poliwhirl. One easy rival fight later, and it was time for our last encounters in Victory Road and our final challenge, the Pokemon League. We both handled Lorelei without incident, but we both managed to lose team members to Bruno, the weakest Elite Four member. Yeah, we don't talk about that. Though I was able to use the revive I had saved for Butterfree. Agatha murdered my Electrode in cold blood, dashing my hopes of using Explosion against Robin's team in our final showdown, but she was no match for Robin's powerful Alakazam. Things took a turn for the worse for him, though, when he reached the final member of the Elite Four. To his dismay, Lance made short work of his Machamp, Beedrill, and Alakazam, leaving him with only Lapras and Charizard to take on the champion. For me, though, Lance was no match, and I moved onward to Gary. Though I had to sacrifice my Pidgeot and Gengar for the cause, my Butterfree carried me to victory on Gossamer Wings. That said, it seemed nearly impossible that Robin would be able to handle Gary's impressive team with just Charizard and Lapras. Our final showdown would be finished before it happened, and I would be declared the winner if he couldn't get through the champion. But I didn't want our challenge to end so anticlimactically, so I put on my metaphorical sunglasses, ordered some Burger King, and put my 4 years of high school German to practice, doing my best to coach Robin through the only win condition that I could see: sheer cold. I think it's going to be sheer cold strats.
Yeah.
I think that's your only win con on the Blastoise.
Oh, on the Blastoise, yeah, perhaps, yeah.
He's gonna open with Pidgeot. That's an Ice Beam, easy.
Yeah.
From there, he's probably gonna go into Executor. That's another Ice Beam.
Yeah.
Rhydon and Arcanine are easy Surf kills. Alakazam is frail, so... But Blastoise has got to be sheer cold, I think. I don't see how else you do that. That's an Ice Beam.
Okay.
I think you barely live a Flamethrower if he hits. Oh, crit! Oh. Huge crit! No crit, of course. And the hit.
I didn't hit. Yeah.
Okay. It's sheer cold here.
And just hope.
I think that's it, right? I don't think there's anything else unless you go for Body Slam, Para Prog.
Yeah, no, he will kill me. But
I think you have to sheer cold here. I think you can live a hit from him too. Oh, he's Skull Bashing too. So you got 2 chances. But you only needed the 1. I knew you could do it. I told you. It's all about the sheer cold, man. With that 30% chance KO on Blastoise, Robin had done it. He and his ragtag band of miscreants had done the impossible and become champions of the Kanto region. And then I kicked his ass. Thanks, Butterfree.